Here is a Holmes twin window FIN. This is a 2-speed model in the white finish. It is the Holmes HAWF2020. I can't tell what it says. Stinking font is so small and it's white on white, no contrast. Is the Holmes HAWF 2320N? I don't even know what that character is. You know what? I have no idea what the model number is. I can't tell. It's got the UL tag, but there's no date on it. I think this is a product of the very late 90s. And it is filthy. Wow. That's pretty bad. It's absolutely caked with dust. This is going to make a great cleaning service video for sure. That's half the reason I got it. It's just because I wanted to clean it up. I do have a few of these. I grew up with one of these. My grandfather gave me one of these many years ago, back in the probably mid-2000s. And I used to use it in the bedroom at night. For whatever reason, I find that this is much quieter. These white ones are much quieter than the gray ones with the purple blades. I have no idea why. The blades appear to be pretty much the same shape. It's the same motor. The performance is very similar, but for whatever reason these always seem to be quieter. These utilize the Raider motors. These are C-frame shaded pole motors, and for whatever reason this is one of those situations that's kind of rare where the C-frame motors seem to be able to take quite a few hours without developing any bearing problems. As you can tell, this one has tons of hours on it. Although we haven't seen it work, it allegedly works okay. Unfortunately, it probably draws a lot of power though, because these C-frame motors are very inefficient. It probably pulls over an amp. It is rated for 0.85 amps, which is a lot for two little 6-inch fans that at the end of the day don't really move a lot of air. So this is a 2-speed. The switch appears on both sides so you can operate it in the window in either direction. And this is advertised as a reversible fan, but that's kind of a joke because it's not really. I mean, you can call any fan reversible if you just turn it around. Anything to make a buck off of people, that's all it is. But anyway, so this is a pretty nostalgic fan. I remember using this all the time in the summer at the first house in the bedroom. So it does have a polarized plug, but no fuse yet. So let's go ahead and plug this in. We are testing, nope, not ready for you yet. We are testing at 118.6 the volts. We'll go over to the amps and we'll start it up on the low. Now the bearings definitely sound dry, but I don't hear, well actually there's a little bit of rattling. Is that from the bearings or from the... Well, I guess that just completely canceled out that conversation I just had about how the bearings on these seem to last longer. Although all things considered, it's still running what seems to be at pretty much full speed, so it's not that bad. Something's out of balance. I can feel the whole table shaking. Yeah, this is totally out of balance. Well, it's running. It's not moving much air, but that's to be expected considering the condition of the blades. It's actually moving more air than I would have expected considering the condition of the filth. The power draw is 0.53 the amps, 32 the watts, with a power factor of 0.51, which is absolutely abysmal. The purple bladed model of this is still sold to this day as far as I know. I believe that is the model HAWF2020N. And it's amazing to me that these fans and many other fans are still allowed to be sold with these horrifically inefficient shaded pole C-frame motors. I don't know why like an 8-inch blade wasn't used. These are 6-inch blades, and you can see there's plenty of space left to put an 8-inch blade in there. It sounds like it's just the left fan that's making some noise. Now if we go across the room here, I actually can still feel it. It's not as strong, or it's not very strong at all, but I can still feel the air moving. I'm really impressed with how much air this is moving considering how much dust is on there. I expected this to be doing pretty much nothing as far as the airflow is concerned. Now we'll go up to the high, which of course is the fastest setting. He's always had kind of like a jarring, dissonant sound to him because the two fans don't seem to run at exactly the same speed, and because the blades are so loud, you get that dissonant frequency, and it's just a very unpleasant sound. Now this is very out of balance. On the high speed, it's pulling 0.84 amps, so right on target. 47 the watts with a power factor of 0.47. That's horrible. I can't believe how much air this is pushing with all that dust on the blades. And the bearings are still relatively free. See? Bearings aren't that bad. So, I think the biggest problem with these fans is that the blades are just too small. And yeah, it's like, why not put a bigger blade in there? Because you can see, there's almost an inch of space. You could have at least put a 7 or 8 inch blade in there. These push air pretty fast, and they push it far enough away to feel it for a while. But the problem is the actual volume of air moved, because the blades are so small, the surface area is small, the actual CFM moved, the volume of air moved is very minimal, and so these don't have a lot of effect on anything but a really small room. So that's it for this one. It needs a full clean and service. The stupid clips will probably break off because they're very yellowed in comparison to the rest of the plastic on there. It's kind of interesting that nothing else has yellowed besides those stupid clips. I guess they must be made of a different type of plastic. So we'll try to get those off, but they might break. These are very difficult to clean and service, but we're going to clean and service anyways. And I think that this is one of those ones that should come up pretty much looking like new.